My partner and I were sent to capture two Asians. Both were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and our officers responded to the residence after obtaining a search warrant. We decided to grab a bite to eat before starting the interrogation, knowing that it would take the hospital staff a long time before they would allow us to see the prisoners. We took a table and noticed that the bar was starting to fill up. No one paid us much attention since we were in plain clothes and our badges and weapons were hidden from prying eyes in accordance with Sheriff's Department policy. Three men in the booth to my left were talking loudly about a woman who wanted to have wild sex with three guys at a future meeting. When one guy mentioned a girl's name as Kinky Kiki, it caught my attention. My wife's name is Kinky Karen Kennedy. As I stared at the guy, he turned to me and asked if he could help me. "Sorry, I heard what you were talking about, and I went to college with a girl named Kinky. You made me remember old times. She was hot and loved sex. She was about 5 feet 4 inches tall and had a flamingo tattoo on her upper left thigh." The guy laughed and said, "Well, it could be the same girl, only the flamingo has a palm tree and an island at sunset nearby. It's very colorful, and yes, she really loves hot sex. My boys and I were talking about trying it out as a threesome with her. Would you like to join?" "Well, I think she's married." "So it is. Behind a little idiot, a deputy sheriff who is going to undergo some kind of military training in 2 weeks. That's when the party starts. I notice my partner typing something on his phone. He looked into my eyes, shaking his head slightly from side to side, indicating that I should not do anything stupid. "If she is married to a policeman, how do you find time to meet?" "We met in a bar and hit it off. She told me that her tiny husband works shifts and will be working nights for the next 2 months, from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. We slept at my house and at her house in a hurry. She said that she had had threesomes in the past and would like to have a threesome. That's what my boys and I talked about. But Bobby is afraid that her husband is a policeman and carries a gun. I said, to hell with it. I'm not afraid, although I also have problems. Just don't tell my parole officer about this." "Do you have a photo of her or some video?" "Wait a second." He pulled out his phone and, of course, showed me a nude photo of my wife. Two uniformed sheriff's deputies approached our table, and my partner nodded towards the three men in the booth. Corporal Miller said in a firm voice that the men needed to place their palms on the table and not move. He added, "I have reason to believe that you are armed and any sudden movements will be considered a hostile threat." They obeyed. Each was ordered to leave the booth. They were handcuffed and searched. 2 of them were found with pistols, but Bobby was unarmed. 2 more uniformed sheriff's deputies arrived, and they were all escorted out of the bar. I wasn't hungry anymore, but I paid their bill, leaving a 20% tip for the waiter. Officers carried out searches on all 3, and the chatterbox was indeed a convicted felon on parole. The gun the other man had was apparently stolen. Bobby was clean, well, except that he wet his pants somewhere during the contact. I looked at the chatterbox and showed him my business card. After he noted my name, he said, dumbfounded, "Well, this is some kind of bullshit." "You got it right," I said, putting my business card in his shirt pocket. My partner asked me what I was going to do with my wife. My answer was simple. With which wife? Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.